Hi, my name's Mindy and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing a book haul today from September the 18th through September the 24th. The first two books I have here are from the dollar store, which I got yesterday for $1 a piece. This first one here is The Monuments Men. It's about the men who went to find the art pieces that Adolf Hitler, Nazi soldiers, stole from various people, and it sounded like a pretty good read, so I picked this up. And then the next book I got is by Rochelle Mead. It's called Game Board of the Gods. I don't think I've read anything by Rochelle Mead. And this is, the truth is, when you banish the gods from the world, they eventually come back with a vengeance. So that sounded kind of interesting. And it's a nice hardcover. So, and then the rest of these I got from publishers for various book reviews I'm going to be doing. This first one is called Christian's Hope by Irving R. Stutzman, and it's the third book in the Return to North Kill series, and I haven't read either of the other two, so I will probably try to read those before this review is due. This is about Christian Hochstetler, who returns to the Amish after 7 years in captivity. He was captured as a child during the French and Indian War, and he spent much of his life among the Native Americans who cared for him and taught him their ways. And then he has to decide whether or not he's going to stay in the Amish community or if he's going to go back to be with his adoptive Native American parents. And then this next one is 40 Days to a Joyful Motherhood. Now, I'm a little bit over. I have grandchildren now instead of children and everything, but still I'm a mother, so I picked this up. I mean, I got this for a review, and it has different, it has devotions for each day, and then it has a page that you can color. So that sounded interesting to me. And then the next one is called The Tourist. It says, there's no recording of anything going wrong. It should mean nothing goes wrong. It's the logic of travel. So Stations 11 meets I Am Pilgrim in an immersive and addictive masterpiece of suspense. So it says the future is already written. So this is a thriller. It sounded interesting to me. And The Most Dangerous Place on Earth by Lindsay Lee Johnson. This is a debut novel, and it's about, in an idyllic community of wealthy California families, new teacher Molly Nicole becomes intrigued by the hidden lives of her privileged students. Unknown to Molly, a middle school tragedy in which they were all complicit continues to reverberate for her kids. Nick, the brilliant scam artist, Emma, the gifted dancer and party girl, and Dave, the B student who strives to meet his parents' expectations. Callista, the hippie outcast who hides her intelligence for reasons of her own. Theirs is a world in which every action may become public, postable, shareable, indelible. With the rare talent that transforms teenage dramas into compelling and urgent fiction, Lindsay Lee Johnson makes vivid a modern adolescence lived in the gleam of the virtual world, but rich with its sorrow, passion, and beauty of life in any time and at any age. Okay, I forgot to say that this is going to be published on the October 18th, and this goes on sale on January 17th of next year. Okay, and then this is The Door That Led to Where by Sally Gardner, and it comes out in November. A.J. Flynn has just failed all but one of his major exams, and at almost 17 years old, he sees a future that's far from rosy. So when he's offered a junior clerk position at a London law firm, he hopes his life is about to change, and it does, but he could never have imagined how much. While on the job, A.J. finds an old key labeled with his birth date, and he's determined to find the door it will open. When he does just that, A.J. and his group of scrappy friends begins a series of amazing journeys to the past, 1830 to be exact, and they quickly realize that hardship, treachery, and love haven't changed too much in almost 200 years. When they discover a crime that only they can solve, the boys go from wayward youths to intrepid young men with a purpose in life. But with enemies all around, can they unravel the mysteries of the past before the past unravels them? And then this one by Lisa Jones Baker, Rebecca's Bouquet, comes out next month. 3 young Amish women gifted with hand-carved hope chests to hold their treasures and their dreams for the future find the inspiration they need to help them reconcile love and faith in the most unexpected ways. The last thing Rebecca Summer dreamed her plan to wed would bring is a heart-wrenching choice. She thought she and her betrothed, William, would spend the rest of their lives in Illinois' heartland, raising a family in their close-knit Amish hometown. But when he must travel far out of state to save his ailing father's business, Rebecca braves her relatives' disapproval and her own fears to go work by his side. And though she finds herself ever more in love with the dedicated, resourceful man he proves to be, William's growing interest in English ways may be the one challenge even her steadfast faith can't meet. So, and then the next one is an arc of the redemption of Scrooge, and this is it's to be read during the Advent, and it'll explore the world of Ebenezer Scrooge, Tiny Tim, and the Cratchits with an eye to Christian faith. Along the way, we will meet the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, and learn about living with and for others in a world blessed by Jesus. So, and then this has come out, Dark Horses by Cecily von Ziegesar. From the internationally best-selling author of Gossip Girl comes a dark, psychological, complex update of Black Beauty, replete with jealousy, romance, mystery, and redemption. Merritt Werner has been self-destructing ever since the tragic death of her grandmother and her horse, and after an epic all-night bender, she walks out of the SATs and disappears. Her parents, looking for a quick fix, ship her off to a residential equine therapy program. At Good Fences, Merritt meets Red, a failed racehorse, and a terror in the barn. Red has never bonded with anyone, but Merritt is not afraid of him, which makes all the difference. Soon they're sneaking rides after curfew, which catches the attention of Red's owner. Recognizing their potential, he funds their launch into the competitive jumper hunter circuit. Against the cutthroat backdrop of competitive riding, Merritt and their groom, Beatrice, develop an attraction. Merritt also finds herself drawn to Carvin, a rival rider, but in Red's mind, Merritt belongs to him alone. Anyone else poses a threat, and Merritt can't foresee what he'll do to keep her to himself. And then The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, and it comes out in November. And Natasha says, I'm a girl who believes in science and facts, not fate, not destiny, or dreams that will never come true. I'm definitely not the kind of girl who meets a cute boy on a crowded New York City street and falls in love with him. Not when my family is 12 hours away from being deported to Jamaica. Falling in love with him won't be my story. And Daniel. I've always been the good son, the good student, living up to my parents' high expectations. Never the poet or the dreamer. But when I see her, I forget about all that. Somewhere, Something about Natasha makes me think fate has something much more more extraordinary in store for both of us. Every moment in our lives has brought us to this single moment. A million futures lie before us, which one will come true. And then the last one is, let's see here, this comes out October 4th. And years after a killer debut, Wesley Chu keeps leveling up. Storytelling that seems so effortless, you never see the punches coming. Earth is in the aftermath of a civil war between two alien factions. Ella Patel, thief, con artist, and smuggler, is in the wrong place at the wrong time when on the border of a demilitarized zone. She happens upon a man and a woman being chased by a heavily armed gang. The man freezes, leaving the woman to fight off 5 attackers before succumbing. As she dies, to both Ella and the man's surprise, the sparkling light that rises from the woman enters Ella instead of the man. She soon realizes she's been inhabited by Io, a low-ranking quasi who was involved in some of the worst decisions in history. Now the useless alien is in her head and is giving every impression of trying to get her killed. Even if you can't trust the voices in your head, who can you trust? Okay, and that's all that I got this week. And I think that's enough. I'll be back later this week with, I know I was going to say I was going to be back last week with some reviews, but I will definitely be back later this week with some reviews. And also with my TBR for October. So thanks for watching, and whoops, see you next time. Bye.